We would like to acknowledge that we reside on stolen land, and Links Hall is located on the traditional homeland of the Council of Three Fires, comprised of the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi peoples. Other tribes who have stewarded this land throughout the generations include the Fox, Sauk, Peoria, Kickapoo, Miami, Winnebago, Delaware, Menominee, Mascoutin, Way, and Meskwaki. We recognize the indigenous nations who were forcibly removed from this land, as well as those who arrived in Chicago during the relocation era of the 1950s, spurred by the US government's attempt to assimilate Native American people by separating them from their communities, land, and traditions. We also acknowledge and recognize people of the African diaspora who were stolen and forced from their native lands during the transatlantic slave trade to harvest and steward this land. Links continues our commitment to supporting artists of color and strives to offer an inclusive space for the Chicago performing arts community and our partners across the globe. We believe artists carry us toward a future filled with curiosity, creativity, and the possibility of a more just world. Welcome to Links Hall.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephanie Pacheco, the Executive Director of Links Hall, and welcome to Bridge Dance Festival 2021. For the last year, Links Hall has been open to artists for rehearsals, commissions, residencies, live streaming, and film projects. And just this last September, we reopened our doors to the public for live performances, special events, and workshops. Even so, we are thrilled that we can connect with our audiences virtually across Chicago, the United States, and the world. I want to express my gratitude to Asian Improv Arts Midwest, Tatsu Aoki, and Rika Lin, who have joined us on this journey. For the last several years, Asian Improv Arts Midwest has been co-producing the Bridge Dance Festival with Links Hall under the curation of Rika Lin. Tonight we have a wonderful group of artists and dance makers who are exploring their connection to their Japanese, Japanese American, and Asian American heritage. This year, they're joining from more cities than ever before. For those of you who are here in Chicago, I do encourage you to take a look at our website and our social media. We have a lot of wonderful programs coming up right here in our studio across December, including more from our fabulous puppet and dance and late night burlesque cabarets, works in progress from our commission resident artists, and the 31st annual Winter Solstice Sunrise Concerts. Without further ado, I welcome you again to Bridge Dance Festival 2021.
Hello and good evening. I'm Rika from Asian Improv Arts Midwest, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to day 2 of the 2021 Bridge Dance Festival in collaboration with Links Hall. I just wanted to express how much we've all had to make adjustments to this new normal as we are all going through the changes and adaptations that the pandemic has forced us to go through. It's definitely something that has created and was the impetus for the creation of programs such as this, and I definitely want to make sure to emphasize that this kind of program isn't necessarily the replacement or in lieu of a live performance, because definitely that's not something you can substitute with something else easily. But I think it is definitely a new form that is coming into creation because of this new normal. So this evening, it's my pleasure to be able to have you see these projects by these 4 awesome artists. And if you are coming back from yesterday, I don't blame you, because these works aren't something that you can just watch once and then have it disappear into the ether. I think it stays with you. Let me get one thing, one formality out of the way. Since this is in this streamed format, make sure you're in a quiet room. If you can, dim the lights a little. If you're able to put this onto a big screen, please do so. And especially, we do have that chat on the side, but during the presentation, if you could hold off writing your support and your comments until the actual presentation's done, we'd appreciate it very much. This first piece is from Marina, Fukushima. I had the pleasure of watching one of her pieces during her residency in Las Vegas, which was interrupted by the pandemic. And her intergenerational works are just something to really appreciate, as far as, well, I'll let her explain. So here's Marina Fukushima.
Hello everyone. Konnichiwa, Nihon no minasamā gata. I am happy to be part of Bridge Dance Festival. It is exciting to be able to connect with other artists and be able to share the work not only in San Francisco, but extend to the audiences in Chicago, Japan, and different parts of the world. And I would like to share a little bit of my experience and impact on my dance works and my personal life during the COVID pandemic. Beginning of pandemic in March 2020, there was a dance performance was scheduled, but it was cancelled, and since then I haven't done live dance performances. For my dance works, collaborative element is very important. I collaborate with other collaborators and work directly with people in the communities. And this limitation was difficult, but the limitation also opened up another way to create and share the dance works with a video and online communication. For my personal life, during the pandemic, there was unexpected health issues with both of my parents, and the pandemic created extra difficulties how to care for them with all the restrictions and precaution. It reminds me of how health issues of our body, society, and environment exist always within our life. And this awareness is something that I would like to not forget after the pandemic. The videos that I would like to share next is very quiet and very low lights. So if possible, please make your surroundings quiet and turn off lights to watch the video. Thank you. ありがとうございます。
Marina, thank you so much for letting us meet your family. Um, this this next piece is from the Yuko Takahashi dance group, and I met Yuko-san in Japan. She started with her training in Japanese classical dance, so it was very interesting to see how her modern ballet and the contemporary dance is being informed by what she learned in Japanese classical dance. So she also had some challenges during the pandemic, trying to produce a performance and then having the plan had to change basically. So here's Yuko Takahashi to explain.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yuko Takahashi. At first, my English is not good, so please bear with my English. I will introduce myself. I'm modern ballet teacher and choreographer. I'm living in Sendai, Japan. Sendai is a disaster area because we got big earthquake and big tsunami 10 years ago. But the reconstruction is not finished here yet. Actually, I was planning have dance performance in July this year. But unfortunately, this performance was suddenly cancelled because a corona positive person was found 30 minutes before the start of the performance. At the time, I was very shocked. But this time, I can participate this dance festival. I'm now so excited. Thank you so much.
So I was able to see a picture of this production when they were rehearsing, and it was in the theater where they were supposed to perform it. And of course, it's a much different presentation, and I'm sure the impact is a little bit different, but I think one of the things that as creatives we've learned to adjust and kind of go with the swing with the punches is you adjust, and we were lucky to be able to see Apes Mockery in their studio, and I think it allows for, you know, a better vision on certain aspects and aesthetics of the dance. Thank you, Yuko-san. When things don't go according to plan, it's definitely tumultuous and stress-inducing, but I think the next artist, she's definitely an inspiration, and I found many points you want to connect with her, and as she goes through her day, I think you're able to find much similarities that you can then empathize with. Rain Nakazawa, she, I think even if the pandemic hadn't been happening, it might have been a little bit difficult for her to make it over here to Chicago. So I'm very, very happy that we were able to have this doorway open. I'll let Ray explain the rest.
ブリッジダンスフェスティバルをご覧の皆様、こんにちは、中澤玲です。私はですね、今回、ジャルゴン、Shapes of Things という、映像作品を作らせていただきました。本当は、チームがあってというか、まあ、このフェスティバルに出させてもらうにあたって、いろんなアーティストと協力してもらうっていう約束をしてたんですけれども、まあ日本でもコロナがかなりひどくなってしまって、まあ集まることが叶わず、それまでにもともとアイディアがあって、私が自分の私生活と、まあダンスのシーンを組み合わせて作ろうと思ってたんですけど、結局ほとんど自分の生活を今映してるこのスマートフォンで撮った映像をほとんど使い、で、自分でまあ初めて編集したという、作品になりました。それでそのジャルゴンっていうのは失語症の一種なんですけど、まあいろんな原因でこう脳に、影響があった方が喋るときに、こうどんどん喋っちゃう。失語症ではあるんですけど、どんどん喋っちゃうんですね。だけど、その言葉には意味がないみたいな、そういう、スピーチのこと、ジャルゴンスピーチって言うんですけど、何か私がしてきたダンスみたいなのは、もう本当に自信があるというか、自分が本当にずっとやってきたことで、とても自然に楽しく、まあ時には難しくですけど、自分そのものの活動としてやってきたのが、まあコロナもあり、まあ映像の中にも出てますけど、息子が入院をしまして、で、フローゼ症候群という病気なんですけど、3歳の時に病気になって、10年間かなりまあ治療もしましたけど、なんとかコントロールしてたのが、大再発をしてしまいまして、またちょっと命の危機みたいなところに直面したりしていた時に、なんかダンスが空虚に思えたというか、やっぱこうやって舞台の前、とかね、踊ったりすることが、なんか、本当に突然つまらなく思えたというか、まあそういうことがあって、で、ずっと本当にしばらくそういう気持ちは子供が病気になる前やコロナの前からあったんですけど、この2つの出来事で、私の中では、ダンスへのもう30、40年くらいやってるダンスがつまらなくなってしまったということがあって。 それで、しばらく、まあ、やめてたというか、そんな感じだったんですけど、でもなんかこの機会をもらって映像を作るっていうことになって、もう一回自分のこのスマートフォンで自分の日常を撮ってみたり、入院生活を少し撮ってみたりしてる中で、何か日常の中にダンス的なものを、まあ、再発見できたというか、そしてまたなんか新しく、自分の中のダンスが再構築されていったというか、まあそんなことで Shapes of Things っていうサブタイトルをつけました。まあなんか、まあ、ね、タイトルは思ったように感じていただければいいんで、まああまり説明しなくてよかったかなと思うんですけど、一応ね、少し知りたいという方のためにもちょっとお話ししました。まあほとんど自分の生活のコラージュなんで、本当は自宅での、まあ、うちの子供はちょっとこう、発達の問題もあったりして、学校には行っていなくて、いつも家でずっとゲームをやってるんですけど、で私は一人で、まあ、子供育ててるシングルマザーで、まあ、お仕事もしてるんですけど、まあ、そっちを取ろうと思ったのに、なんか入院生活ばかりになってしまって、でその間に私も一度入院したので、なんか本当に病気の話ばっかりのコラージュになっちゃったんですけど、まあ少し救いがあるような感じでダンスを見直せたかなと私は思います。どんな風に捉えられるかはそれぞれだと思いますけど、他の方の作品を合わせて、楽しんでいただけるといいなと思います。
Thank you, Ray. That was just amazing. You at home, viewers at home, you might have noticed that we're not having any intermission, but that is because we want to focus on the 4 pieces. And the link that you're using, it will remain active for a week. So you are welcome to visit and revisit these pieces as they deserve. The last piece for today, I'm so happy that Pranita and Ashwaty agreed to participate. Their contemporary context that they are pulling forth from their traditional Indian classical dance, it just rings synonymously with what I also have had to try and purposefully evolve as far as the aesthetic. And so it's just such an interesting thing. I'm hoping that one day we will be able to collaborate live, or maybe in this realm as well. But here is Pranita and Ashwaty to describe their piece.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us as a part of the Bridge Arts Festival, and to Rika Lin and all the other artists who are a part of this wonderful programming. It's an honor to be invited into this growing Asian American tradition in Chicago, and very, very happy to have the wonderful Pranita Nayar create work for this and to be a part of it. So I'm going to let Pranita introduce herself.
Thank you, Ashwaty, for doing this chat with me to bring forward what we created, you and I, during the Bridge Festival. So the topic that was given to us was reflection, and it was very apt, especially during the pandemic. How do we reflect? Or what did we reflect upon? It gave me a lot of empty time. So as a creative artist, I was happy for that empty time to think back and how do I take it forward? And I thought that as a classical Bharatanatyam dancer, I had the gift of this tradition of hundreds and hundreds of years of Bharatanatyam that has existed and continues to move forward simply because it has this inherent quality of improvisation within it. And same in pandemic, I felt I had to improvise upon my life to move forward. So improvisation. I decided to reflect upon a piece that was taught to me by my teacher, that is Sakhi Mohe Mohan Lal Milade, which literally translates to the dreamy young damsel Radha requesting her friend Sakhi, please bring my beloved Krishna, Mohan, to me, because without him, I don't have a life without Krishna. That's what the words translate to. And she talks about in it that I pine for Krishna like the moth pines for the flame. And I know I'll get my wings singed by the flame, burnt by the flame, but just the attraction is so divine that I want to be by him. Again, I was so happy to share this piece with you. In the pandemic, we had to work differently online, sharing online, wanted to be in person, but because of our facial expressions and hand gestures, we couldn't meet each other masked and say, okay, now show me a facial expression with your face mask. So to make light of the situation of reflection during pandemic, technology really helped in passing all those feelings without an unmasked face. So I was so happy for it. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I think what was exciting for us creating this is that we're now almost 2 years into the pandemic, which has proven so challenging for any sort of congregational activity, which is dance usually. However, Bharatanatyam is often performed as a solo. So this translates well to the work that we were doing. And I think after 2 years of having a camera on us, which was very strange for both Pranita and I to perform with no one in front of us and just hopefully a trusted camera operator, I think we're tapping more into our ability to improvise and create in the moment as we would on stage or in the studio. So I think you get to see both of us kind of letting go after what has been a challenging couple of years. So I hope that translates to all of you.
Yeah, and how did you feel about taking this transition of a tradition Bharatanatyam piece, which is meant to be done in a small, intimate space? I know you did your work in a large outdoor space, and I was quite intrigued by the fact how you opened your limbs out, your background in ballet training, allowing you to make larger spatial movements and still getting the narrative through. I thought that was very intriguing. How were you able to balance both between your traditional Bharatanatyam training and your ballet background?
So my work with you, Pranita, has been opening up Bharatanatyam. And as you see in Pranita's work in this piece, everything is from a seated position. Expressions are contained to the face and to the hands, and they have very specific details and gestures. And so our work together has been imagining this as being expansive, as being throughout the whole body, as taking up space and using larger movements to create those same detailed, ornate emotions. And yes, ballet training has allowed me to be a little bit more freer than maybe a trained Bharatanatyam dancer has. But at this point, I feel like we're just, it's natural. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity. Such a delight working with you, and look forward to doing more work with you.
Thank you, Pranita. And thank you again to Rika and Bridge Dance Festival. We're excited to be a part of this programming. It's really lovely to see all of the creations that have been made for digital dance. And we hope that you all continue to follow us as we experiment.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.
सखी मोही मोहन लाल मिलावे 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 सखी मोही मोहन लाल सखी मोही मोहन लाल मिलावे मोही मोहन लाल मिलावे सखी मोही मोहन लाल मिलावे सखी मोही मोहन लाल सखी मोही मोहन लाल मिलावे सखी मोही मोहन लाल जूं चकोर चंदा को चकोर चंदा को चकोर चंदा चकोर चंदा कीटक भृंगी ध्यान लगावे कीटक भृंगी ध्यान लगावे
Check. Pranita, Ashwaty, thank you. Thank you. I had surprised to learn that they were improvising, which in a Japanese classical dance context, that's much a rare instance, which lets me kind of segue a bit into the next programs. But first, thank you very much. Don't go away yet. In lieu of a Q&A session, please stay in the chat. Please discuss with other audience members your thoughts. Please put your support in. Make sure you check linkshall.org and airmw.org for upcoming events. There's both live as well as streamed. So please hang out. The pre-show and post-show audio track as well is from our very own ARMW. And I think, let's see, tomorrow we have a streaming event discussing Japanese classical dance, and we have Pranita on the panel. So make sure to check that out. We'll be streaming from High Concept Labs and many other events as well. The Mumi Project will be performing in the suburbs Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, we have the Chicago Asian American Jazz Festival, the 26th annual. So please make sure to check out the web pages, plan out your cultural events for the rest of the month, and make sure you, if you can, lend your support, show your support. Many thanks to the artists. This was a very obvious show. It takes energy, it takes time, it takes commitment and passion, and it also takes money. So the links that have given you access to these awesome pieces, they will remain active for a week, and so will the donate button. So if you can, please show your support that way as well. Thank you for joining us for the 2021 Bridge Dance Festival, and we hope that you will join us again next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.